Hello everybody, welcome to our second lecture, that is basic formulas required for integration. So let's start. The first basic formula for integration is that we discussed in the previous class, that is integration of x to the power n dx, which is x to the power n plus 1 divided by n plus 1 plus c. But also note that here n can be any value except minus 1. If we put n as minus 1 plus 1, which will be x to the power minus 1 plus 1 divided by minus 1 plus 1. That will be x to the power 0 divided by 0. And we all know 1 by 0 is an undefined term. This is not defined. That's why please remember, whenever you write this formula or apply this formula, here the n should not be equal to minus 1. The second formula is integration of dx. That is basically when here there is no number, let's say a constant 1. So integration of 1, I can write 1 as x to the power 0 dx, which is again, if I put 0 here, it will be x to the power 0 plus 1 divided by 0 plus 1, that is x to the power 1 divided by 1. Hence, the integration of dx is x plus c. Always remember, you have to put the constant of integration after every integration answer. The third formula is integration of e to the power x dx. We all know differentiation of e to the power x with respect to x is e to the power x. Hence, the integration will also be e to the power x plus the constant c. Moving on, the fourth formula is integration of e to the power ax dx, which is integration of e to ax divided by, since a is a constant here, we will divide it by a, because while we were differentiating e to the power ax, we used to multiply by a into e to the power ax. So in integration we will divide plus c. This is the fourth formula. Now the fifth formula. Fifth formula is integration of dx divided by x is equal to log x or ln x plus c. You can write any one. If the base is e, it is log x. If the base is 10, it is if the base is e, it is ln x, and if the base is 10, it is log x. The sixth basic formula is integration of ax dx. You will have to remind this formula, which is a to the power x divided by log a to the base e plus c. We all know integration is the reverse process of differentiation. So if we differentiate a to the power x divided by log a to the base e with respect to x, we should get a to the power x. I will prove this so that you can remember the formula. So let's start by proving. Let's take a to the power x as y. Okay, so take log at both sides. So log a to the power x is equal to log y. Now this x will come here and it will be log a is equal to log y. Differentiate both the sides, the LHS and the RHS, with respect to x. So if I differentiate dx log a with respect to x, it will be this. And here if I differentiate this, d log y divided by dx. Now, this will be 1 by y into dy by dx. Because since this is in y variable, but we are differentiating with respect to x. So we will differentiate and then we will multiply by dy by dx. This is the trick. And now here if we differentiate, if we will apply by parts here. So let's take x. Differentiation of x is 1, multiply by log a as it is, plus differentiation of log a is 0, multiply by x as it is, which will give me log a into y equals to dy by dx. Right? And we can say dy with respect to dx is y log a. Basically differentiation of a to the power x is y log a. and we know y is a to the power x. So let's put up this value, a to the power x log a equals, so we just now saw that if we have a function a to the power x equals to y, then the differentiation of function y with respect to x is a to the power x log a to the base e. But we have to differentiate this function to prove that a to the power x is the output. So let's differentiate dAx by log a to the base e divided by dx. We know since this is a constant, it will come outside and it will be 1 by log a to the base e multiply by dA to the power x by dx, which is y itself. So this will be a to the power x multiplied by log a to the base e divided by log a to the base e. This and this will be cancelled, and differentiation of, let's say this is y, so differentiation of y with respect to x is a to the power x, and if we integrate a to the power x, we get the same function, that is a to the power x divided by log a to the base e plus c. Always remember to put the constant of integration whenever you solve any problem. Now, if you want to master integration, then you have to remember the 6 basic formulas which I taught just now, and you have to do a lot of practice. Now, let's move on to the elementary formulas or elementary rules. Elementary rules in integration. So, there are 2 basic elementary rules. The first rule is integration of c f of x dx. C here basically is a constant. So if it's a constant, let's say any value, be it 5, minus 1, 23, then you can remove or make this constant go outside, and you can be like c integration of f of x dx. The second elementary rule is integration of f of x dx plus minus g of x dx. Now, since there are 2 functions, first function is f of x and the second function is g of x, you can split both of the functions. Integration of f of x dx plus or minus integration of g of x dx. Now, let's solve some examples and have a grip on these formulas. In the 5 examples which I am going to teach right now, the 3 basic formulas used are the first one, the fourth one and the sixth one. You can watch the previous videos and see all the 6 formulas. Now let's start. The first question is integration of root x dx. It can also be written as x to the power half dx. Sorry, half dx. Now here we will apply the first basic formula, which is x to the power n, where n is half. So it will give me, where n equals to half, so it will give me x to the power half plus 1 divided by half plus 1, which is x to the power 3 by 2 divided by 3 by 2, which is 2x to the power 3 by 2 divided by 3. The second question is now let's look at the second problem, which is integration of 1 by integration of 1 by root x dx. It can also be written as integration of x to the power minus half dx, where now n equals to minus half. Put this n in the first basic formula. It will give you x to the power minus half plus 1 divided by minus half plus 1, which is equal to plus c, which is equal to x to the power half divided by half plus c, which is equal to 2x to the power half plus c, or 2 root x plus c. Now let's move on to the third question. The third example is of integration of e to the power 3x dx. Now we all saw in the previous basic formula that integration of e to the power x is e to the power xl plus c, and differentiation of e to the power x with respect to x is e to the power x only. But here 3 is a constant which is termed as a. So we will use the fourth basic formula which we saw previously, which is integration of e to the power ax is e to the power ax by a. So this is equal to e to the power ax, that is 3x divided by a. A here is 3. So e to the power 3x by 3 plus c. Nothing, we'll just use this formula and then we will write the answer is e to the power minus 3x, this as it is, divided by a, that is minus 3 plus c. The fourth question is the D part of the problem. It is integration of 3x dx. This can be solved using the sixth basic formula which I taught previously. This is, let's compare this. So here a is 3 and x as it is. So let's put, this applies a equals to 3. And the second step will be 3 to the power x divided by log 3 to the base e plus c. The fifth problem is integration of x root x dx. Now here, this can also be written as x multiplied by x to the power half dx. This is a trick. Initially we saw an elementary rule. So you will be like, we can apply the elementary rule, but no, the elementary rule was for only for plus and minus, but not for multiplication. You can't take this as function 1 and x to the power half as function 2 and be like f of x dx multiply by integration of g of x dx. This is wrong. This is not applicable. So the elementary rule of f of x plus minus g of x dx, this is applicable only integration of f of x dx plus integration of g of x ds. So this is applicable only when the middle sign is plus or minus and not multiplication. So how will we solve this problem? Now, if I see this, it can also be written as x to the power 1 plus 1 by 2 as per the exponential property. So this is again integration of x to the power 3 by 2 dx. This resembles the first basic formula where n equals to 3 by 2. So this answer will be x to the power of 3 by 2 plus 1 divided by 3 by 2 plus 1. That is x to the power of 5 by 2 divided by 5 by 2. That is 2. That is 2 into x to the power of 5 by 2 divided by 5 plus c. Now let's solve some more examples. The first question in the examples is integration of x plus half 1 by x whole square. So we all know here we can apply the formula of a plus b whole square, that is a square plus 2ab plus b square, right? So if we apply this formula, we get x square plus 2 into x, that is a, here this is a and this is b, right? So 2 into a, that is x, the b, that is 1 by x plus b square, that is 1 by x square, right? Now solving this further, we get x square plus this x and x cancel 2 plus 1 by x whole square, that is basically 1 by x square, right? Now since we simplified, instead of this we can write integration of x square plus 2 plus 1 by x square dx, right? Now this can be written as integration of x square dx plus integration of 2 dx plus integration of 1 by x square dx. I just did, these were three terms inside one bracket in the integration. I just splitted each term so that it is simplified. Now here we can apply the first basic formula, that is integration of x to the power n. So this will be x to the power n plus 1, that is 2 plus 1 divided by n plus 1, that is 2 plus 1. The next will be integration of x to the power 1, that is 2. Since it is a constant, it will come outside as per the elementary rule. And now it will be x to the power 1. So integration of x to the power 1 will be x to the power 1 plus 1, that is 2 divided by 1 plus 1, that is 2. This 2 cancel. Plus this can be written as integration of x to the power minus 2 dx. Right. Now moving on, this is x to the power 3 by 3 plus this is x square plus this is here n will be minus 2. So it will be x to the power of n plus 1 divided by n plus 1. So this will be x cube by 3 plus x square minus of x to the power 1 by x or x to the power minus 1. Always remember to put the plus c constant. Now moving on to the second question. Here we can see the function is into brackets and then there is another function f of x and g of x. So we can simplify this by multiplying this term with all the three terms and writing it individually with the integration sign. So this will be x to the power of 3 plus half dx plus integration of 2x. The 2 can be taken outside because it's the constant, and this will be x to the power of this 1 plus half, that is 3 by 2 dx, sorry, minus in 3, since 3 is constant it can be taken outside, and this will be x to the power of half dx, right? So this will be x to the power of 3 2s are 6 and 7, x to the power of 7 by 2 dx plus 2 integration of x to the power of 3 by 2 dx minus 3 integration of x to the power of half dx. Now applying this formula, x to the power of n integration will be x to the power of n plus 1 divided by n plus 1 plus c. We get for this x to the power of 7 by 2 plus 1, that is 9 by 2 divided by 9 by 2. So 2 by 9 plus 2 into integration of x to the power 3 by 2. 3 by 2 plus 1, that is 5 by 2. So x to the power of 5 by 2 divided by 3 by 2 plus 1, that is 5 by 2. This 2 will come out in the numerator, and this will be 4 by 5 plus minus in 3 into x to the power of half plus 1, that is x to the power of 3 by 2 divided by half plus 1, that is 3 by 2. This 3 cancel and 2 comes upward, so in the numerator, so this will be this. So the final answer is 2 by 9 x to the power of 9 by 2 plus 4 by 5 x to the power of 5 by 2 minus 2 x to the power of 3 by 2 plus c, the constant of integration. Moving on to the third question. Now let's see the third problem. In the book, this problem is initially actually given by 3x and 3x, but then solved like this. So I am taking it as e to the power 2x plus e to the power minus 4x. So we know, as per the formula, e to the power ax ka integration is e to the power ax by a plus c. So here, if we split the terms, and there will be two integral formulas. So this here a will be 2 and there a will be minus 4. So applying this, we get e to the power 2x by 2 minus, since a is minus 4, so here minus 4. So minus 4 integration of minus ax, that is minus 4x plus c, the constant of integration. Moving on to the fifth sum. Here, always remember, while solving such problems, you will have to create some kind of substitution like I created here, so that the problem is very easy to solve. Now here I thought of a substitution like this. This was x plus 1. I had to create a term x plus 1 such that this and this gets cancelled. So what I did was I added plus 1 and subtracted minus 1. So basically this is 0 and x square is retained. Now x square minus 1, this formula, this part x square minus 1 is resembles to identity a square minus b square, where this equals to a minus b, this equals to a minus b into a plus b. So this will be x plus 1 multiplied by x minus 1. So this is multiplied plus 1 as it is and dx. Now if I divide the denominator to each terms, so this x plus 1 and x plus 1 gets cancelled, and x minus 1 is remained, and here plus 1 by x plus 1, and I separated the integral so that the question becomes easy. Now here we put the formula of x to the power n. Since this is 1, so 1 plus 1 divided by 1 plus 1. Here 1 is a constant, so 1 will come outside, and integration of dx we saw as per basic formula property 2, it is x only. Integration of dx equals to x, and the constant comes outside. Here constant is minus 1. So integration of minus 1 dx will be minus x, right? So this comes here. Then we saw 1 by x. Then we saw that integration of 1 by x dx was ln x or log x, right? So here instead of x it is x plus 1. So instead of here x it will be x plus 1. So it is ln of x plus 1 in bracket. This is to the base e. You can write log 10 to the log base to 10 x plus 1. Log x plus 1 base to 10. And the constant of integration. Now moving on to our last problem, it is x cube plus 5x square minus 3 divided by x plus 2. Such problems requires a lot of manipulation. So here I wanted to simplify the problem. I wanted to create 1x plus 2 here such that this and this gets cancelled and we can simplify the problem. So I splitted 5x square into 2x square plus 3x square. After that I could see here I could take x square as common and then x plus 2 was remaining. this plus 3x square minus 3, and then I did one more substitution so that I could take 3x square and the other term common. So this substitution is 6x minus plus 6x minus 6x. So here this x plus 2 and x plus 2 got cancelled and x square remained, plus splitting this term we got 3x square, this 6x comes here, minus 3 comes here, and minus 6x. Now here I could see that x plus 2 again can come common. So what I did was I splitted this part and this will be 3x in common and x plus 2. So x plus 2 cancel, dx plus minus 3 minus 6x, and again to create one more x plus 2 I manipulated again by plus 12 and minus 12. So here x cube by 3 as it is, this 3x will give me 3x square by 2 as per the x to the power n formula. So n is 1, so 1 plus 1 divided by 1 plus 1, that is x square by 2. Then this minus 6x plus minus 12 I take as one bracket, and the other bracket is minus 3 plus 12. Minus 3 plus 12, that gives me 9. So 9 comes here and divided by x by 2 dx. Okay, and here also dx. So this minus 6 can come outside as a constant, and integration will be x plus 2 by x plus 2. This will get cancelled, so this will be integration of 1 dx, and we know integration of 1 dx is x. So this will be minus 6x, this two terms as it is, and this integration of 1 by x dx is log x. So integration of 9 by x plus 2, 9 will come